today's show, we're fortunate. We have a young lady from the Stealth Scoops, and I also have my good friend Jeff. And we're going to get started on the show here today. And hopefully, it won't be repeat performance of last week when my internet was completely crazy. But here at my house, I've got a real good connection. So hopefully, it'll be great. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Jeff.
Okay, hey folks, glad you're with us tonight. I know you've been looking forward to this show for quite a while with Stealth Scoops. As you know, that Phil has those in the shop and has been selling a lot of them. We're going to talk with Betty tonight from Stealth Scoops. They bought Stealth Scoops probably about 3 years ago, I think. And there's a whole bunch of good stuff coming your way from Stealth Scoops. There's going to be some announcements from Betty tonight on some new things. And if you got questions, make sure you answer the question, ask your questions, and we'll do our best to answer them. We are going to give away 2 scoops tonight, courtesy of Stealth Scoops and Betty. And we had a bunch of people enter. We had almost 200 entries. So you know that you had to use the "I want to be stealthy" phrase to enter for the scoop. And you have to be tuned in to win. So when we announce your name, you're going to have 3 minutes to text or Facebook Messenger, either Phil or myself. And if you don't do it, we're going on to another name, and then you'll have 2 minutes. So with that being said, Betty, good evening. How are you? How are things out in sunny California?
Oh man, we're so thankful to be alive. We're so fortunate that the beaches are open, and most of all, so grateful that we have met you guys. Phil has constantly bothered us and a whole bunch of scoop from us. So we know that all is well. We do want to let um, the dealers know that we're very fortunate to have you guys in our lives. To help us promote, but also put our name out there, because a lot of people don't realize what our capabilities are. Um, Phil has purchased a whole bunch from us. And so if you do mention this group, you do get 10% off. If you buy directly from us, or you can just buy directly from Phil, not an issue. Um, Warranty is the same. It doesn't change. Lifetime, any issue on our end, there's no one-time replacement, is a lifetime warranty. We just hope that we can continue to customize and make the best group there is out there.
Awesome. Hey, Jeff, I did want to. Can you hear me, Jeff, buddy?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay, good. I just want to do one thing real quick, because so we don't have a repeat performance of what happened last time. If we draw 2 names and I get knocked off the internet, don't keep drawing names, okay? Because I got 3 winners last week, which we were only going to have 1. So I just want to make sure you don't do that. It was Betty. It was we were giving away some T-shirt and a hat, just some Meyer swag, but I just don't want to give away 6 scoops and be on the
The
hook
more
for
the
that.
merrier. I don't see the problem is.
She's going to give them away. That's good.
If you give them away, that'll be fine. But
Totally fine. I'll ship them right on to you.
okay. Well, I'm just so you know, Jeff, 2 names, because we're gonna have 2 winners. And let me real quick, just while I got them here, Betty had sent these to me. So the Stealth Scoop, this is the 920i, and it's a nice one. And then we have the 720i right here. I got them real handy. So excellent.
And those are special
thing.
ones.
And it's an awesome scoop. So, and I use one myself. So, okay, I'm back to you, Jeff.
Okay, so just don't get kicked off, because all I was trying to do was keep the show moving.
I know you were, and you did an excellent job. Just don't do that to me, please.
Okay, so when we get to that point, it'll be handled with the utmost of care.
Yes, absolutely. So I just had to say that. I thought it was funny we had 3 winners. I thought it was great, but don't want to have that every. All righty.
What did charge your credit card?
Yeah, so Betty, you guys have you took over the company from the guy in Michigan about 3 years ago,
Yes,
And the scoops are just awesome. I mean, we've had heard nothing but great things about the scoops. Phil has used one, and I've used one before, and it's a fantastic scoop. But what a lot of people maybe don't know is y'all do carbon fiber handles too. And
Oh
I've
yeah.
and if you got one there with you to hold up, and let's talk about the carbon fiber handles a little bit.
This guy. So I actually have a small one in front of me so I can hold it up forward. So this is what the carbon fiber looks like. Each direction is different for you to pull and grip, just in case you go deep into the water. Some people like to do on sand, some like to do dirt, rock, you name it. But some people actually go diving. So the grip, the texture for different ways gives you a better grip. We do sell them in both directions. And that is a price difference that a lot of people do not know. And we recently start doing that. This is the end cap, which we normally make in-house as well. We're starting these sleeves that Anderson and Extreme uses. We don't like them, but it seems like a lot of people do. So this is something that we're starting as well. They're a little slippery. I do not like them. But if the customer wants it, this is what we're going to do.
That's for the
we
travel
just give the
handle.
customers different options of what works for them and what they prefer, what their preferences are.
Okay, now is that handle available in different lengths?
Yes. So that is announcement we like to make. So we are now going to start making them in 54 inches.
54-inch. Okay. Yeah, because
Before
I
we
have
only made them in 47, and that's because it wasn't a high demand for nobody. So we recently just started doing the 54-inch. They're not out yet. It will probably take about a week or two to get rolling before we have them on the market.
Okay, cool. Now your handles are the 1 3/8. So, because somebody's
Yes, 1
asking
and
me
3/8.
about 1 3/8. Is that the only size that you manufacture?
We do 1 3/8 and 1 1/4.
1 3/8 and 1 1/4. So someone had asked that already on the show here, the different sizes. So you have both of those sizes available.
Yes, sir.
All righty. And it's marked on the, Jeff was showing me on his, it's got a nice mark on the top of it. So you can, where you're at. Cause we're hunting in the water, and it's nice to be able to know what the front of your scoop is by that dot. Correct, Jeff?
Yes,
That's right.
we have to grip them. We machine it down, and then typically before we add them production, we add a black line just so you can feel it. But also, this is the direction of the water or which way you're scooping.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're in dark water, you don't see your scoop, the
Exactly.
end of it. And that's really nice. So
We'll
you,
find a warranty.
oh, what type of, let's talk about the warranty. Somebody's asking the type of warranty. Do you have a warranty on the, I know you have lifetime on the scoop. How about on the carbon fiber handle?
The handles, we have a one-time replacement. But if it's an issue on our end for whatever reason it is, we'll go ahead and replace it for you as well. No questions.
Okay, awesome. Do you want to jump in, Jeff?
Well, I just, I love that handle. I mean, that handle's pretty strong because I've cranked down on it a lot, and it's very light. It's not quite as big around as either the Anderson handle or the Extreme handle, which for me I happen to like a little better. And maybe for some of the ladies out there with smaller hands, they might like that a little better. And it adapts well to the Modus T-Grip, which is what we use instead of a Raptor handle. The Raptor handle, for me, is it's a flesh killer because it's got the screws on it and they rust. And this Modus T-Grip that Phil stocks, it just works out a lot better. And it doesn't mar up the handle at all. So I'm a big fan of the Stealth carbon fiber handle.
Absolutely. And I just had a question come through, Jeff and Betty. Do you guys have, do you have a wood handle for that, or do you just have the carbon fiber?
We have the wood one as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was even available. Personally, I would
we have
go with
wood in
a,
47 and 54.
47 and 54.
Yes,
Nice.
sir.
Boy. Yeah, I personally would recommend the carbon fiber because that weight, the additional weight in the water and the wood will also eventually get waterlogged and start to rot. And
Exactly.
I've snapped three in my career, three wood handles, but I've never snapped a carbon fiber. And carbon fiber is a lot lighter and it's easier to me. Well, you can hunt a lot longer if you've got a lighter scoop. So
Oh, yes.
I would
The weight adds up.
I'd recommend the carbon fiber over the wood any day.
Now, isn't there something, Betty, about a Australian handle? What about that?
No. No.
No, I thought you had an Australian wooden handle or something.
No.
Oh, I was on the website and I thought I saw that. I was probably wrong.
What
So-
website were you on there, Jeff?
Huh?
I guess you better keep count of what websites you're on, buddy.
Yeah, probably. It could have been one of those other ones. I don't know.
Oh goodness.
I do see someone is mentioning a carbon fiber handle with no wood. And I'm glad that someone's mentioning that because I don't like reading these comments often because you don't know if it's going to be good or bad. But sometimes you have to read it to see what kinds of changes you may need on your product. So when we first got the scoop, we did do minor changes. They're not huge, but we just realized that the scoop could be stronger. So we made a little bit changes, not too much. So the new change we're gonna make to our carbon fiber handle is that the bottom will soon no longer have wood in it.
What will be in it?
Either stainless steel or aluminum.
In the actual inside of the carbon fiber? On the inside?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
So on the very bottom where it goes into the scoop, where the tube mounts where they connect, it has a piece of wood. It's about 7 inches of wood. And that is all epoxy in place with the stainless steel insert, washer, bolt nut, everything. We're gonna remove the wood and we're gonna put either stainless steel or we're gonna put aluminum. Right now it's going through quality and checking out how much it affects the weight and how long it lasts for to see what is the best route to go.
Okay. Well, cool.
Because eventually all the wood will go bad and we're going to constantly replace it. And the whole purpose of our product line is that we don't want to replace the scoops. We don't want to replace the carbon fiber. We want to let all our customers know that you're going to buy this once and you're good for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I realized there must have been something in the end of the scoop that you've got that pressure down there by the bottom of the scoop. So I just didn't know if it was wood or what was in there, but I knew it was something because you got to drill through it. So
yeah, we actually have an Anderson one in front of us as well, and theirs is wood too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I do sell some Anderson and I sell some Extreme, and hopefully I'll start selling yours too.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, because we are going to make a different type of insert, whatever we have left of the wood would be sold at a lower cost.
Nice. Well, Randy Good.
For that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess Randy Goodnote corrected me and he said the insert is called a dowel. So I'm reading all the comments on here.
Yeah.
Well, I know I like the scoop. I use the 920i, and I just had a customer buy one today. I'm not even at the shop, but they saw the pictures I sent, and they bought one today, and they're wanting the standard handle that I have in stock. But hopefully, I'll get some of your handles here soon, especially the 54 inch handle, because I have a lot of taller customers. I'm 6'3". And I like to have a higher handle too, because you go out in deep water, we're out to our neck. Jeff doesn't go out quite as deep because he's a little shorter than me, but the long handle.
Okay, rub it in.
Yeah, we didn't realize how many tall detectors were out there. And I think that's because we based it off the 54-inch wood handles. And now that we got all the demand, we realize that this is probably the best thing to do is to get longer handles for you guys.
Yes, absolutely. You can go out in deeper water. And I just had another one of my customers just commented that he uses his scoop for fossil hunting. They go
Mm,
out, they go out in the rivers and they'll dig with that scoop for fossils all the time. And, you know, they're probably very successful with it because it's an excellent digger, especially for in rivers too. So you can use it for many, many things.
right.
Well, we dig for fossils with the scoops, Phil. You know, fossil watches, fossil bracelets. That you know.
Yes, absolutely. We sure do. I'd like to find a nice fossil watch. So you gotta turn that down.
It went up
Okay.
when it's on.
So, Betty, what about custom orders other than a 54 inch? Is it possible that you guys could make like a 57 or 58 inch carbon fiber handle?
Eventually, once we get the 54-inch down, we are considering to extend our line of handles. So we thought about buying, 60 inches so people can customize their size, but we
Mhm.
weren't sure the full demands and how well it will work because we haven't made a handle this long, and we're worried that maybe it may snap. We're not sure until we try it out.
Mhm. Okay.
But
Now,
that's definitely a huge consideration we've been thinking about.
yeah, haven't you had, Phil, a number of people ask you about customizing the scoop itself with the differences in the size of the holes and in the back of the scoop where you have the slots or the holes, that kind of thing?
Yes, I have had people ask me about that. The I guess the ones I've started carrying were the ones that have the hybrid end that's got the slots on the back of it, and I I've also got some that are just the holes all the way through it. So you can have some people want that hybrid end, some want the one with the larger holes through the whole scoop. But I see on the ones were giveaways today, they have a different back end
Yeah,
on it.
surprise.
So yeah, so is that a third type that you have?
Yes. So a lot of customers are very custom, I would say. And I think it depends how often you scoop. And I think it depends where you scoop at. That makes a huge difference of how you want your scoop. And because
Right.
we're able to customize scoops, we're able to change the back, the bottom, the top, whatever the case may be. The lead time would just be a little bit longer if we don't have that item in stock.
How long does it take you to make a custom scoop?
It depends if it's a new design or if it's already a design that we've made before.
Okay, so
So
if it's
let's
a
say the
design,
two that you have, one is a 7-inch hybrid. And the hybrid means that it has quarter-inch holes in the back, rear, and the bottom basket. That one is something
put
that
that
we
down.
keep on the floor often, so you can probably have it within 1 to 3 days for us to ship it out to you.
That's the hybrid is what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
And it's got the standard holes and the bottom it has the, I guess they're what, about a quarter-inch hole or
Yes, a quarter
smaller?
inch.
Okay, all right.
And the bottom
Absolutely.
basket has a quarter-inch holes as well.
Yes. I like the slots and the small holes like that because, well, Jeff will attest to it. It's nice that you can find that tiny ear ring. You know, you're out there in the water and you can't, and you can catch it. If you don't have those holes, you can't catch that. Now, of course, it
Exactly.
doesn't drain as fast on the bottom like that, but there's many times we find some real tiny piece of metal, and that's an easy way to catch it. Just turn that scoop up at an angle and shake it,
Right.
so it makes it recovering the target a lot faster.
The other scoop that we sent you was a 920 IX special. We only made 6, and you actually have the 6th one.
Okay.
So we had a customer that had the 7-inch standard, and he wanted to have the quarter-inch holes in the back. He just needed a larger scoop, so we made him a larger scoops and added the quarter-inch holes in the back rear. Typically, the hybrid has the slots, and that's what most customers buy. But this
Yes.
one has a 1/4 inch holes in the very bottom.
Awesome. Well, I'm just going to give a shout out to Mark Anderson. He says I'm the best dealer ever. So I'd have to agree with that, Mark. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. You got a comment on that, Jeff?
No, I agree. I do agree. So, what's the Stealth Scoop made out of, Betty? I know stainless steel. Is there certain grades of stainless steel, though? Correct?
Yes, there is a certain grade. It's a 304 stainless steel, number 4 brush finish.
Okay, go through some of the grades because some of the competitors out there, a lot of people say, oh, well, I'll go buy this scoop here and it only costs, $75. Well, the bottom line is you get what you pay for. And what's the difference between, they say, well, mine's stainless steel too, and Stealth is stainless steel, but what's the difference in the stainless steel?
That's a good thing to mention. So there is typically 3 types of stainless steels. There's a 300 series and there's a 400 series. And the 300 series typically does not rust, but that's not always true. Typically in restaurants and even saltwater, you're supposed to use either a 304 or a 316, and that's usually means no rust at all. A lot of people can buy stainless steel that's 400 series, and that one is stainless steel, but eventually it will rust because it has some percentage of magnet in it.
Mm-hmm. And
So you
the thinner
because it's
stainless steels,
something it does is gonna rust.
yeah, and they also bend too, don't they? Some of the thinner stainless steels, they don't
Yes,
weld as well.
yes, exactly.
And that was how some of them get to sell them so cheaply,
Yes,
is that they're a lot thinner and there's not as good as stainless steel.
right.
Okay,
Not not a lot of people they can buy the parts.
Okay.
I would say out of country. And if you're able to have that access to import and export stainless steel, it probably will be cheaper. But I also can guarantee you it probably will rust as well. Because people overseas, they don't care about you. They're just going to buy you something because technically it's made in China.
mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that, you know, because the Stealth Scoop used to be made in China. All the parts were made out there. They're fabricated out there. They're shipped back to Michigan and they welded in house. So we have a lot of scoops. Our parts were from China. They lasered it out there. They made it over here. And we had a lot of issues. And we couldn't keep that reputation out to our customers thinking that our scoops were going to corrode. So
Mm-hmm.
any old inventory that we did have, I'm going to be honest with you, we end up recycling it all because we knew that eventually it would corrode. So what we have been doing lately is that we weren't sure if one part or 2 parts or whatever of the scoops could be a different type of stainless, or maybe they had a wrong heat treat number on it, or maybe somewhere in production there was an issue. So what we've been doing lately is that we've been sending our scoops out to plating and they've been passivated. So this is additional coating on top of our stainless steel to guarantee you that the scoops will not corrode.
Carbon fiber handles made of.
So all your product is made in the USA, correct? Now,
Yes, sir.
He's answering it.
and you make your carbon fiber handles in house.
Yes. We make
And
our end caps as well.
Yeah, the
good.
cap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are made in China as well. We make them in house.
Yeah, I want to comment on the scoops because I get to see scoops made from all over the place, and people bring that
Exactly.
scoop in to me, and they say, "Oh, I got this on Amazon. It was $80," and I don't know the name of the brand or whatnot, but that same person a month later is asking me if I know a good welder. So you get
Yes,
what you pay for, and I see the scoops where they rust. So that's why at the shop people ask me, well, why don't you sell a cheaper brand scoop? And I don't want to do that. I want to sell something that my customer's happy with and won't have an issue. That's why
exactly.
I'm glad I'm selling Stealth products. because
A lot of people do bring in their current scoop and ask us to weld it or modify it, and there have been times where we have welded or modified it or made it work. But a lot of people think that we're just trying to sell them a more expensive scoop, but that's not the case. If you buy a scoop for $100 and you're welding it to pay $40 or whatever and make it work, it's gonna come back and we're gonna have to weld it again. So there's $180, which you somehow, some way can get a scoop that price.
yeah. So I'm all for American made and quality scoop because you buy it one time. You don't have to buy 3 or 4 of them.
Exactly.
So that's why I sell them in the shop. 'Cause I
It's
don't want
definitely
to-
easier for you guys to convince the customer versus us because they think that we're just trying to sell scoops, but that's not the
Right.
case. We just want to make sure that whatever we're making is going to be the one time you make that purchase. If you ever have to contact us again, it's because you want another scoop or you want to refer your friend to buy from us or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
But we never want you to contact us because you have an issue. That's not what we want. We want to make sure you have the best scoop and never have to buy another scoop again in your life.
Absolutely. And I did have one question Michael Boyles was asking, and I can answer this one. Is there an attachment for putting a small magnet in the scoop? And what you probably don't know, Betty, is a lot of, especially PI hunters, people who hunt with a pulse induction metal detector, they pick up a lot of iron. They'll pick up
Yes.
bobby pins, fish hooks, crab wire, all the iron little bits, and they want to attach a magnet. And the easiest way to do that is just to get a magnet that's in a circle or any type of magnet and just wire tie it in with a plastic tie. That
Yes.
way, if you got to cut it off, you just cut the plastic and pull it out. Because a lot of times those things will get so covered with iron from
Yes.
digging in the ocean that
Yes.
you have to do that. So that's
Yes,
an easy way
I
to do
actually
it.
see this a lot, and people ask if that was something that we would consider doing. And we told them at the time that this wasn't something we have considered doing, just because everybody has different requirements or, preference, I would say, of how big the magnet should be or how they prefer or like it. But we have met a lot of members in clubs in Orange County, and I've gone metal detecting. I've gone to the beach with them, and it's crazy how much different kinds of scoops and detectors and handles you see out there. So I've
Yeah.
seen a lot of magnets because it makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Especially if they're using a pulse induction detector that has no discrimination. They'll
Exactly.
pick up a fish hook a foot and a half down, and it just to have it stick in the scoop, it just makes it fast for them to keep going. And I
Exactly.
used to use a pulse induction years ago, and now that I'm older, I don't want to do that anymore because it was a lot more work when you have to dig every piece of iron, and it's just
Exactly.
easier with a discriminating detector. So I wouldn't consider putting a magnet in my scoop. But the people want to do it, hey, just wire tie it in there. That way you can just cut the plastic and pull it out if need be. So Jeff, do you have a comment, buddy?
No, well, I'm just kind of wondering, the the lineup of scoops that you have. Phil has the 920 and then the 720, but then you said there are the different hybrids. Is that something that's going to be in stock, or is it something that needs to be special ordered or custom ordered?
Those items are now in stock.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well,
Also, I have a question about weight. We are getting a lot more of the ladies that are becoming the detectorists and beach hunters specifically. And the Stealth Scoop, it's a great, fantastic scoop, and it takes a large bite, which is what you want when you're hunting in the water. Now, the 720 is a little less heavy, I think, is it not? And just a little bit smaller, so that might be better for a lady. And it still takes a really good bite, too, doesn't it?
Yes. We actually got a customer that bought a scoop from Amazon, and it's about 5 inches. But she didn't have a handle to fit it. So the handle that we had closest to fit it, I told her that we will take her scoop and we'll duplicate it. So we made 2 of them in San Diego. We shipped it to her with a handle. This one will probably continue to be modified until it works out because it's 5 inches, which is really good for younger people, for ladies, and also for kids. But we haven't found the perfect, I would say, design for it yet. All the crafting is there, but it just isn't the scoop we want to put on the market
Okay.
yet. We don't feel comfortable enough to sell this yet, but we are definitely working on a 5 inch and also an 8 inch scoop because some
Well,
people want size in between, and then some people just want a really small scoop so they can play in the sand.
very good, very good.
Yeah, I want to comment on the 5 inch scoop. I've had people buy them off of Amazon scoops and come
Yes,
in, they show it to me, and the scoop is about as big as my fist.
right.
And which for water hunters is just about useless because you'll be digging 30 scoops to get what one scoop with the stealth will be. So
Exactly.
when they get it dirt cheap and it's as big as your fist, I always tell the people, if you're going to do that on Amazon, you better make sure it's big and not as big as my fist. Because I just
Exactly.
I looked at the guy's scoop and I just felt sorry for him because he's thinking he's going to be proficient with it. It's just not going to happen. If you spend 15 minutes to dig a target, you won't get many targets in an hour. And in beach hunting, it's about recovering more targets because the next target might be the good one. So that just was a useless scoop for him anyway.
Right. Same for us. I see another. What are you going to do with this?
Yeah,
But a lot of
absolutely.
people, the price is something they go by, and I can completely understand why that's a big concern because it didn't matter if you bought a TV or a scoop. If you're gonna pay this price, you don't realize that you're gonna have to replace it soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, because then they'll get out. They just bought a $900 detector and you buy the cheapest scoop available, and it's just they got a real good detector, and then they got the scoop that they can't recover the target with. It takes
Right.
too long. So
And they think
they
that's a
learn.
detector.
Yeah, they learn fast.
Well, not all of them learn fast.
Oh,
No,
some
they
do.
do not.
Absolutely.
So when you send out the scoops, Betty, is there any kind of paperwork that you send with or for warranties, or is there something that Phil ought to be posting with the scoops, a website where they go and register their scoop for a warranty, or how are you guys handling that?
Typically, when anyone makes a purchase, so let's say Phil purchased something. So if Phil bought directly from us, not through the dealer, or you guys will eventually keep track of this as well, we'll put him in the system of this day he purchased, day he paid. This is how we ship. All the information is in there of what he bought, when he bought it, and emails are attached and all in a file of how we went from the beginning to the end of the order. So we
Okay.
keep track of it. So let's say next month Phil comes back and say, "Hey, I'm having issues with the scoop." I'm like, "Hey, what happened? We just sent this to you a month ago." Because I'm not sure what's happening, but I think that one of my welds popped. Then we'll say, "Hey, Phil, send it back to us. We'll fix it, we'll replace it, rework it, whatever it takes to make sure that he doesn't have this issue again. Send it back to him."
So
And
you're
some,
backing your dealers.
say that again.
You're backing your dealers 100% down the line.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because everybody's got to be happy.
Yes. And that's why
Absolutely.
I want to keep track of all the customers that's buying from our scoop, because whether it's directly from us or whether it's from you guys, everyone should know that there are warranties, that if there are any issues, you should be able to get a replacement or some type of rework, because if you have any issues, you're not going to be able to dive or detect or scoop anymore. We
Mm-hmm.
don't wait on the process, and there are some people that cannot wait, and we completely understand that as well. So we do have different options of how we can get this going and always rolling.
Very cool. So you still there, Phil, or did you freeze?
No, I'm here. Did I look like I froze?
Yeah, you kind of look like you froze.
That was last week. That's not this week. Um, yeah, I just wanted, I was reading, I guess, so I probably looked like I was froze. But Rick Tumbleson said, and he's commenting, I guess, to somebody on the Facebook page, the scoop has to have some weight because we're out in the water. And if it was too light, you get pushed around sometimes in the water. So
Yes.
if you got a little bit of weight, it's a good thing. So I just wanted to tell people that, but they are extremely light, I feel, because I've got some heavier scoops like T-Rex 9.5 is a heavy scoop, and the Stealth digs better, faster, and easier. But of course, it's a little more money than the T-Rex is.
Yeah, but if you get into rocks and heavy shells and everything like that, you want a stealth scoop because you can crank on that sucker and you can get it down there in them rocks and bring it up. And, it's not too heavy for somebody that wants to be a wet sander or a dry sander. It's still not too heavy for that when you put the carbon fiber handle in it. It's very, very manageable for those that are not ready to hunt in the water yet. So it's,
Right.
it's an all-arounder.
Can you answer it?
Yeah, I see Liz had asked, would you use that scoop in the dry and the wet sand and the water? Well, she didn't say water, but dry and wet sand. And the way I do that with the scoop, if I'm using the scoop, I would just drag it in the dry sand. I do that all the time because it leaves a track where I've been at. And then I can work, I tell people this all the time, I work a search grid, especially if it's a popular beach. I'll just drag that scoop and it leaves a nice mark where I've been at. So you don't have to carry it the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. And just to remind folks that we do have our, if I can get it in the picture, 2021 Florida calendar. We've got them in stock, and hopefully 2021 will be a lot better than 2020. I don't see how.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works good for booking shows.
Yeah. So,
Oh yeah. Now people have time, right?
yes, I'm hoping that we have a lot better year in 2021. And also, we do have the Treasure Talk stickers. And I just have to get this in there. Myers Metal Detectors sticker. Got those at the shop too. So, folks, if you want to come stop in and see me, see the Stealth Scoops, you can check them out. I've got, I think I've got 3 or 4 of them put together with carbon fiber handle. And then I've got a couple that don't have handles on it. And I'll probably have to call you, Betty, next week and order some more.
Excited.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll sell them fast. And yeah, I've got those together. Anyway, you can stop in the shop. I'll be in there Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you're coming from far away, just give me a ring first, just to make sure I am there. Because I've been known to sneak out and go treasure hunting. So I just want to put that out there, guys. I might sneak out early or come in late. So give me a ring first if you can, if you're coming from far away. All right, do we have some more questions?
Well, let's see. Well, I'm not getting the feed go real quick. Let's see. No, Myers does not ship to Europe, do you?
No, I'm sorry. I can only ship to the continental USA. I don't even ship to Canada. I mean, every once in a while.
We're not able to ship to Europe or now neither. We used to all the time.
Did you?
But there's a lot of restrictions right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I imagine with the steel and whatnot. And somebody's asking me if there's a military discount. Yeah, I do a military. I do.
The military discount is 10%.
Yeah. Okay. Easy enough. We can do the same. So yeah, that is a good question because we do a 15% military discount on Minelab products too. So if someone needed a Minelab detector and a Stealth Scoop, we could certainly do them a good deal there. So for sure.
Well, you do the best deals in the country anyway.
Yes, we do. We try to make everybody happy. And somebody's asking about a titanium scoop. So
Well,
Oh yeah, that's definitely in the thought process. We are definitely considering it. It hasn't been a big demand for it, just because people don't want to pay for a $200 scoop now. So if we were to do a titanium, I estimate it to be at least $700. That's just a rough estimate of lifetime warranty estimate. I do know it will be a lot lighter, but I don't know if people really want to pay that price. I mean, with the handle, you're talking about $1,000 and your detector. How many people really want to do that? That's not something that we cannot do. We're just worried that if we do it, it's not going to move for us.
yeah, how many would you have to make to do them?
To make up the cost?
Yeah,
lot.
to titanium, how many would you have to sell to make it worthwhile to do those?
I'm going to say at least 50.
50 of them. Okay. That's an interesting number. And my friend Mike Mayo, he was asking for the old man discount. You always get that, Mike. You know that.
I'm going to lower your discount.
There you go.
okay, well, guys, why don't we give away a scoop?
Let's
Yeah,
give it
let's do that.
Hold one up, Phil.
Let's do the 720i.
Okay, let me get in here and draw the name and how it's going to work, people. So first, before we draw the name, what's the number, your number, to text or Facebook Messenger?
Okay, Facebook message me on Facebook, Phil Myers or Myers Metal Detectors, or my cell phone number, and text me. Don't call me during the show here. It's 813-732-7433.
Or you can Facebook Messenger me or text me, and my number is 850-545-1651. No calls, please. Okay, I'm going to go in and do a random pick here, and let's see if we get somebody and you got to be watching, guys, because you got 3 minutes. Okay, let's go. Okay, we got a name here, Robert McConnell. Are you in the house, Robert? You got 3 minutes, my man.
Where are you, Robert?
Yeah, so we got 3 minutes for him.
Yep.
And do you want to wait on the other one?
Let's get this winner first so we don't have no confusions.
Okay. Yes, and don't let me freeze up.
I hope you don't freeze up. Because it's not that cold down here.
No, it's nice and warm. So, Betty, where are you at?
Westminster, California. We're in between LA and San Diego.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my sisters one lives in Irvine, and one lives in Thousand Oaks, and one lives in some valley. I don't remember the name of it.
Silicon Valley.
No, not Silicon Valley. No, she said it was the desert. I don't remember. I've never been there. So it doesn't look like we've got a winner.
Well, Robert McConnell has not, my phone hadn't gone off, neither is yours. He may not be watching. And he has got about 1 minute left.
Uh-oh.
He's got 1 minute left, or we're going to draw another name. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the name. Just be ready. Boom. So in 30 seconds, Robert, if our phones hadn't gone off, sorry, man.
Oh, I did want to mention that we do have both Raptors and the Modest Lift Assist.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're coming up on it in 10 seconds. And I know this next name is probably here.
Uh-oh.
So, 5. Okay, Robert, sorry, man, you missed out. But Mike Mayo, if you are in the house, text, please, or Facebook Messenger. Mike Mayo, and I saw your name earlier, so
Me too.
Hope you're here.
Yeah, he was. I saw he asked a question, so
Yeah.
shoot here. So
Mike,
Mike,
you have
do it
2
fast.
minutes.
That way we. Yeah.
Yep.
And who was it who wanted me to freeze up?
Somebody wanted you to freeze up.
Yeah,
All
so
of
everybody gets a scoop.
Michael Boyles.
Michael Boyles wanted me to freeze up, so
So everyone gets a scoop.
everybody gets a scoop.
Yeah, right.
It'll be like Oprah. You get a scoop, and you get a scoop.
Yeah, we think, but we don't know. Okay, come on, Mike. Hope you didn't go out for a sandwich.
Got 2 minutes.
Your time's a wasting. I'm going to go ahead and draw another name just in case. Boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Oh, somebody just texted me. I'm here.
Uh-oh. Who is
Who
it?
was it?
Mike Mayo? Yeah. He's
Yes,
here.
yes. Mike.
Mayo's here.
Mike is here. So Mike, you get a scoop.
Yes, he does. Okay.
You get the 720i. And what is the name of the? What is this?
That one
back
was
end,
the
you have one?
720i hybrid.
Hybrid. And I'm sure he's going to like that because he's got a Equinox, and his wife, she may fight him for that.
Ooh.
She's got a Garrett Apex, and she's been
Beautiful.
killing it with it. So
Say, it pays to watch Treasure Talk and be a member. What can I say?
I feel it.
Mike said I got my discount.
and Mike said he just got his old man discount.
Yeah, he did.
There you go.
So are we ready to do the other one?
Yep.
I'm ready if you are, Jeff.
Hold it up, dude. Boop, boop. Okay, we got a name. And I hope this person is watching. So we got the name Diana Hathaway.
Diana.
Got a couple of minutes.
Haven't seen her.
Yeah, and you got to text me 813-732-7433 or message me here on Facebook.
Sean Rouch said he's really jealous about Mike Mayo. Goodness.
So I'm kind of watching for it, but I don't. I'm going to go ahead and draw another name just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, so we've got it if they don't.
Boom, 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 boom.
What do you say?
He's jealous.
Yeah, Sean, we know you're jealous, buddy,
Jealous of Mike.
but you've got a cell scoop already, so I think you've got a couple of them. And
There's some people that travel so much or they have like a retirement home. So I know people have one at each location.
well, my Sean is not retired; he's a young guy, but he just came in and got a 54-inch handle from me.
Okay.
So I'm glad that you're going to be
What was
selling
the
us
last
those
name,
too.
honey?
Who?
Who was the last? Oh, you're getting ready to pull a name?
We're going to pull one here in a second.
We just drew it. Diana Hathaway.
Diana
She's
Hathaway.
not, apparently she's not here. So I'm going to draw another name.
Well, wait, let me check my phone just to make sure, Jeff, before you pull it.
I don't see her.
Wait a minute, I'm here. Diana Hathaway.
All right.
Okay.
You
Dinner.
guys, they both texted me. And the great thing is they didn't call me on my cell phone and ring during the show. So
The way there
That's-
she is.
that's awesome. So she gets a scoop. Diana
Yeah, just-
Hathaway gets a scoop.
Yep. So the winners need to get us your information so we can get the scoop out to you.
Beautiful.
And if you're near Phil's shop, you can go in and pick them up. And
Yes.
while you're there, buy a handle
Yes. By the handle, we've got.
and a detector
Yes, and a detector
and a pouch and a pinpointer.
and a pinpointer. Yes.
Kimberly
And the-
Prima.
They could they're going to need, when they're out hunting out in the water with their stealth scoop, they are going to need one of these pouches.
That's right.
They're going to
Ooh.
need that because they're going to fill up all their put all their treasure in it, so they're going to need that scoop.
Prima.
And they're going to get a calendar so they can keep track of where they find all the gold of their stealth scoop.
Exactly.
Yes.
Ain't that right, Phil?
I'm sorry, Jeff. I was answering Jocelyn. What was the
They're
statement?
going to get a calendar so they can mark the days when they find all their gold.
Yes, absolutely. We're making them take a calendar whether they want one or not. That's a requirement. We make them take the calendar. And just so you guys see it again, that's St. Pete Beach are on the cover there this year. So it's a beautiful calendar with a lot of Florida beaches in it.
That's right. And all you winners, you need to tell all your friends about Treasure Talk, and it pays to be a member of Treasure Talk because we
And
give
you
away
get
a
the
lot of
scoop.
great stuff.
And when you get the scoop, be sure to post the picture on Treasure Talk when you get that, because that's an awesome prize. And thank you, Betty, for donating that. That's
No
just
problem.
awesome.
My
And
pleasure.
yeah, and people are love the Stealth product. So this is awesome. So please
I
post a
might
picture
donate
on
some
there.
for Christmas too. Let's see how much you sell.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna sell a bunch. Absolutely. And when we get to 54-inch handles, we're gonna sell a bunch of those too, because it
Excited.
just makes it easier when you got a longer handle and you're out in deep water. It's
Oh, for
just
sure.
easier
Especially your
hunting
talk.
like that. So um, let me see if there's any more questions here. I can't read this that fast. Somebody's asking me the price on a 720 I, and I'll call you back or text you tomorrow on that one. And do we have any other questions, Jeff?
I don't see any, but Betty, while we got a few minutes, just go ahead and, kind of wrap it up for us and tell us, a little bit about you and how you came to be with
My
Stealth.
deal.
Yeah, we want to hear about you.
Oh man, this is all about Betty now. This is kind of nervous. All right. I am Betty. I manage a sheet metal shop. We bought more than one product line from Chuck that has made these scoops over 30 years. We have other lines from him as well. We customize
Kimberly, how much
everything
is the
that a person may need, from their home to their car to a scoop. So I've been in this industry for about 5 years. And I love hearing feedbacks of how to make anything better or how to make something more efficient for their use.
Very good, very good. So you're their number one employee. How many people y'all have working out in the shop?
Right now, just about 6. We did have more, but this COVID kind of knocked us out.
Yeah, yeah. And that's in the sheet metal shop that specifically does the scoops, correct?
Right.
Okay. Do they the same people work on the handles?
Some, depending what part of the handle.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
It's a long process to make the handle, whether it's the wood or is the carbon fiber.
Mm-hmm.
But different departments make different parts of the handle.
Okay. That brings another question that I might have. What's the differences in carbon fiber, let's say? I mean, we know there's differences in stainless steel. Is there a difference in the carbon fiber material?
I would say yes and no. I have an Anderson in front of me, and their fish scale is a lot different than ours. I don't want to compare, but our fish scales is opposite, different directions for you to grip better. Um, Theirs is a lot bigger, and maybe people like it, maybe people don't. Ours don't have foam in there. I know the Anderson Extreme does. I think that it really depends on your preference of what kind of handle you like, or how you use, or how often you use it.
Okay. So carbon fiber is basically carbon fiber. It's just how they choose to make their handles, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure on that, but I wanted to, get edification there. So, what about you, Phil? You got any other questions?
Yeah, I had some questions. When you send the scoop, you send the pair of gloves. I see now I'm getting them with the pair of gloves and the
A care
black tape.
package.
Yeah, the little black tape. What are you using that black tape for?
I would say we like to add it in for every order just because we don't know if the customer may or may not use it. But for every scoop order you get a pair of honeycomb gloves, and it's really good for gripping, and you'll never lose them because the color is
Yeah, the
extremely bright.
bright orange. Yeah.
It has really good grip on it. We send the black and 3M electric tape if people want to put more support from the handle to the scoop. I know a lot of people that drill a hole in the scoop. I wouldn't recommend it, but it's your scoop, not mine. Um, we also add in washers, bulbs, Allen wrench, all that. Just a little extra, just in case you may need it during your hunt.
Yeah, yeah. The black tape. People tell me they just put that up around the rubber handle that goes on the top of it to
Mm.
keep that
Yes,
from
a lot of
coming
people
off.
put it at the bottom, a lot of people put it on top. But we
Yeah,
like to
put it on
add
both
that in there.
ends.
Just, for some people that may like that.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious about that. I've never had any trouble with the handle, the top coming off or anything. So, or the bottom for that matter. But
Right.
I know some people, if they're using your handle or another handle and a different type of scoop, they'll drill through the handle and drill through
Yeah,
the
and I
scoop.
noticed
But
lately a lot too that someone will buy a handle from Anderson or from Extreme and buy a scoop from us or vice versa. And I quite don't understand why that's the case, but I think that people just have different preference because people think that their handles, and I just seen this in the message of people think that our scoops, I mean our handles don't float, and that's not the case. You don't need to add in foam to make your handle float. I don't think that's the case. You should
Now
add it.
mine floats.
Yeah, exactly. Mine's float too. I
yeah,
we do go through a quality check, before they're complete. But they are float test before they're shipped out and packaged.
yeah, and I know Jeff loves his handle, so he'll be excited that we're carrying it then in the shop. So that's a good thing. But you have any other comments, Jeff?
No, we're just kind of winding it down, Betty. We just, we want to really thank you for taking the time out of your day because a lot of
Oh
people don't
man.
realize that, it's still during the workday for you out there.
Oh,
Uh,
my day's been over. I just added a little bit longer for you guys.
Yeah, well, that's great. We sure appreciate that because I think, everybody loves the scoops and, Phil's been selling a lot of them since he got them in stock. And now I think he'll sell a lot of the handles and everything. And you'll be hearing a lot more from Phil, I'm sure. And I'll call you sometime just to chit chat and see what's shaking. But we want to really thank you for taking the time out of your day to come and tell us about Stealth Scoops and all the products you make and the exciting news about, because trust me, we get a lot of questions about the length of the handle. So that's going
Right.
to be, and I know Phil's happy about that. So, Phil, you got anything before I announce what's coming up?
No, I just wanted to uh, first thank you, Betty, for being on here, and thanks for getting us the scoop so fast because we've always had a tough time getting your scoop is a high-end scoop. It's an extremely good scoop, well made, and worth paying a little extra for. And I just want to thank you for getting them out to me at the shop fast because I live or die by inventory, and it's
Yes,
nice to.
we literally allocated for him because we know that they're moving.
Yes,
We try
and
to make
well,
sure we get to them as
yeah,
soon as
we're here in
possible.
Florida, so we put a handle on them, either a wood or a carbon fiber, and we get them out the door with it, and everybody's happy. So I appreciate you getting them to us so fast, and thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Jocelyn, for handing me the questions. She's always in the background. My wife is handing me questions to ask so that our show goes kind of quick. The hour goes fast, doesn't it, Betty?
It does. I was really concerned because I wasn't sure if it had an hour, but how fast it would be. But I'm really thankful that you guys put me on the show and how we're able to talk and discuss and promote more items.
Oh, absolutely. And talk to the end user because a lot of them they're who asks the questions and that just makes the shop and makes you guys and me busy all the time. So and that's tough to
Yep.
do with the COVID. So I'm just happy happy you were on here with us. And thank you, Jeff. And you want to jump in, take over.
Yes, sir. Well, next week, folks, we're going to have KT and Sid Jones from the Etosha Treasures here going to be in the house. Both of those people worked with Mel Fisher. Sid Jones was the captain on the Swordfish, one of the treasure boats that discovered the Etosha and the Santa Margarita. They were both heavily involved, and they're going to be here to tell you what it felt like when they were down on the ocean floor and fanning that sand and finding them emeralds and gold bars and doubloons and all that good stuff come up. So don't miss that show. It's going to be a killer show. And in that regard, I just want to tell you, I just posted on the site in February, the end of February, because we're booked out all the way to the end of February, Kim Fisher, Mel Fisher's son, is going to be on the show and going to tell us more about the family point of view on hunting for treasure in the Florida Keys and the 1715 fleet. So with that being said, Phil, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Jocelyn, thank you. We try not to ruin your life. You know, we're trying hard not to. Betty, thanks a lot.
Of
Everybody,
course.
thanks for tuning in. Dig deeper.
Absolutely. Happy hunting, guys.
Happy
We'll see you.
hunting.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye.